Woods with the 98 of Enfinger.
That's him right here inside of the 51 truck. Spencer Davis. Dalton Sargent, that 25 right behind him.
He just wanders up off the bottom and looks like just tries to turn back to the bottom, Phil.
Just got loose, just simply got loose.
And watch the driving some of these racers do to get through it.
How about Parker Klickerman? He got hit by the 20 of Legacy. There's that hard contact to the safer barrier for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Well, it's amazing that Coughlin and Sargent both avoided significant damage. Coughlin, you see there spinning, and that was Sargent right behind him. What a big hit for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Thank goodness for the safer barrier.
You're right, Phil. We both hit that wall down there when it wasn't protected. And
well, it was fourth when I said that.
Oh, Cody Coughlin got pushed out of line.
Trying to find room to get back up into the track, and around goes.
Is that John Hunter?
And the 16 of Brett Moffitt.
Watch it, watch it, watch it. Make your way through there. What's your prop, Cody? Talk to us. The left rear.
There goes the right rear tire.
To his Tundra.
Watch that too. That yellow truck fifth in line. He gets pushed down to the inside.
Oh, great job by Davis. What a
unbelievable.
Nice move.
Austin Hill as well. Unfortunately for the 16 of Moffitt, Stuart Friesen absolutely nowhere to go, as well as the 13 of Myatt Snyder.
He was able to move to the high side, kept control of his truck, and drove right through that mess.
And Joe Nemechek had the presence of mind to move up the racetrack to give him room to get in between himself and his son John Hunter.
Watch it from the view of Johnny Sauter.
He's got room. He's got room.
Oh.
Big, perfect, good job.
If Scott Legacy, Haley couldn't run this race last year because he wasn't old enough, so this is his first time here at Daytona.
He went to Talladega.
Oh, hard hit again. 68 of Greenfield.
Looks like Matt Crafton might have gotten to the outside wall too, but hard impact.
The 28 of Brian Doza, the 7 of Corbin Forrester.
Clay was up the racetrack.
Oh, that hurts me.
Look at Cody Coughlin, that job he does. He was right behind the 0-2 of Austin Hill. Austin got his right front fender damaged.
And early.
See him right there. He's all by himself. Just gets sideways, overcorrects. He's going to slide back up the racetrack.
Nice job slipping through.
Oh,
and then
clipped. Dalton Sargent came by and clipped him with the 25 truck.
And Dalton couldn't see, Phil. You know how blinding that tire smoke is.
And that 52, remember, he was on the 2 tires.
See if the 4 pushes the 21 into the corner.
Certainly looks like it, yep. And then the 21 gets into the 52 of Friesen.
And then slides in that loose rubber into the outside wall. And while this is going on, obviously they're stocking up behind these guys.
So that's certainly not an issue of the 2 tires costing Friesen that issue. I mean, see what we see here. Sauter.
He just lost power right there.
Definitely
lost power. That was not a tire situation. Matt had no idea when he came off the corner that was going to happen.
Side by side down the back stretch, going to turn 3. Oh! Contacted Gregson into the wall hard.
You're right. You're right, Noah.
Johnny ran into the wall trying to make the pass, and then here just too aggressive, too high, getting in the corner. Johnny tried to turn in, and Noah was just out of shape. He's out of position as he approached the corner. See how late he tries to make that move right there. And
yeah, Johnny was just driving straight down the straightaway. He hadn't turned into Noah or anything like that. Hard contact, though, with a safer barrier.
You know what this gets us, Phil? A chance to do it all over again.
Yeah, a little bit of overtime action.
My opening.
So you've got the 25 of Sargent and fellow rookie Myatt Snyder in the 13. Who's at fault there?
It looked to me like Myatt Snyder was going to try to block the 25 Dalton Sargent's advance and actually try to use Jennifer Jo Cobb as a pick, but they got together. Dalton wasn't. He said, I either you know, he probably said, I got to slam on the brakes or whatever, and they made contact, and it turned Myatt right into Jennifer.
From that last shot, Phil, looking up the straightaway, I got to disagree with you.
Door for several trucks. Rhodes cut Friesen off, and it lost all their momentum, and here comes the world. How about this?
Oh, big contact. Nemechek, Crafton, Rhodes, Friesen. Serious contenders for the win.
Sauter, and here comes John Hunter Nemechek. Friesen dives to the middle.
Looks like Matt maybe got a little bit tight, lost the front end a little bit.
Oh, and Dalton Sargent too with some damage.
Did Crafton's left front go down? It looked like, I mean, it seemed like he shot up the track.
Remember, it was rubbing.
I mean, look how far up the track I mean, I think he had a problem.
I think he may have had that left front tire going down.
I mean, look, I think he did because.
Well, we saw the rub, so that wouldn't be out of the question. And he definitely moved up and caught and started that crash with the move up the track.
But as you mentioned, Michael, it started when Ben Rhodes did the slide job on Stuart
Friesen to get around it.
These guys have been
got a run going now.
Got a great run going right.
Gets into him.
He didn't mean to do that, I don't think. I think it looked like Stewart came down the racetrack just a touch.
Just a little.
Up off the corner, but tough break for Stuart Friesen.
No, can't really see anything from that view.
From that angle, it sure didn't look like he came down the hill at all.
No. That's Johnny Stewart didn't go all the way up to the wall. I think that was probably.
That's what I think I saw initially, that he wasn't all the way up against the wall. But
they had lugs fall off of the left rear lug nut, actually fall off. The 98 had to turn around, back up, got a truck in the wall. But 98 has also been struggling on pit road. Caution is out again.
And that is Justin Fontaine, and not only has Fontaine gone, but he's collected the 20 of Tate Fogelman.
Getting that fluid as well.
So John Hunter Nemechek, who was running second at the time, engine expires, fluid on the track. Fontaine gets into it, loses control in that 45, and the 20 of Tate Fogelman hard into that driver's side area of Justin Fontaine. Boy, that was a big hit.
A hard
51 of Logan Seavey making his first Truck Series start, and here comes Chris Windham to get into it.
Oh, he got him.
Oh, Windham got into Friesen a little bit and spins him around, and well, we got
a big pile up here.
Oh, I think we're going to get away with it though. Just some spinners.
Yeah, not much damage there for anybody, I don't think.
Windham.
Yeah, you see Windham last minute trying to check up, not really expecting Friesen to run that line. Nothing Friesen did wrong either, but Windham just went in there a little bit of misjudgment and definitely turned him around.
A couple of spinners back in the pack. Ryan Newman up high, but then there were spinners behind them that sort of block out. There's Creed going around.
A lot of fun.
They get into turn one.
Crafton on the inside and
just tried to get, and you saw Ryan Newman come through there late and caught his right front on Crafton. You could tell Dipple wasn't very thrilled with Matt Crafton. He ran up beside him and showed his displeasure, but that's just hard racing. Matt certainly didn't expect Dipple to come down so much. And
Seavey hanging on to the lead, and there's a spinner, and it's the 4 of Gilliland. Snyder involved in the accident as well, and that's a shame for both of those drivers because Gilliland and Snyder have both had good runs going tonight.
With a lot of power off the second turn and grabbed the lead, did a nice job there.
Yeah, his background, he's never done any shifting, going through gears. He's a young guy. Every street car he's probably rode in has been automatic. So
I thought I saw 4 wide.
There might have been 4 wide.
there might have been some. Oh, and there it is, Self going around. Contact. And you guys said it, 3 to 4 wide, and it just did not work. And the caution is out.
As well. See where the contact is made. It's already made there behind that tree.
Watch it from the view of Matt Crafton. Should give us a good view.
If you're going to hit a guy, do it behind a tree, though.
There's Self right there in the middle.
We're going to see what happened to him right here.
Oh, just clipped
contact.
Friesen.
Yep.
He had Nemechek on his left, and Friesen was on his right.
And this is the angle we saw live. Even Nemechek got some contact there on the right side. Gone. Can Gregson get to the bumper? Through 8, 9, and here they come to turn 10, the final turn. Gregson gets underneath. Gilliland and Gregson go side by side and around. Justin Haley is going to come through and win in Canada.
You called it, Michael.
Here they come through the final turns.
You see Gilliland slipped a bit and then shut the door. Gregson felt like he was already in the door and contact was made.
Is there blame to be assessed there?
Well, I don't know. It's hard racing. I mean, the 4 of Gilliland got a little bit loose off of turn number 9. That slowed his momentum enough to allow Gregson to get there on the inside. There's definitely a cause and an effect, Vince.
And I think the slip by Gilliland opened the door enough to where Gregson thought he was
time.
Man, he barely slipped through that hole. And
52 laps to go. That means we're in our window. If the caution flag were to come out now.
Oh, around. It's Gilliland. Got hooked on that right rear.
Well, there's that caution window we were talking about.
Jesse Little was just drafting behind Friesen. You can see there Gilliland came up just a bit. Unfortunately for Little, he didn't get any more damage than he did, but unfortunately.
It's Moffitt and Crafton, contact between Edfinger and Sauter, and around goes Cody Coughlin. And the caution is out.
There's not room to do so. They make contact, and it just stacks up the field. Then a big shove from John Hunter Nemechek in the back of the 2 truck of Cody Coughlin, and that turned him around.
Cody makes contact with the inside wall. You can see right there.
Heavy damage to that 2 truck of Coughlin. That's the bunch at the front, trying to sort out positions. Meanwhile, it's Brett Moffitt in the lead with Grant Enfinger in second, and Justin Haley slipped into the 3rd spot, and around again. Caution, a bigger one this time. Timothy Peters involved. Austin Hill in the 02, Jesse Little the 97. A lot of frustration. Peters around and in. I think maybe got a little help to start with.
Yeah, get some damage with the 3 truck.
Look at Crafton squeezing inside of Rhodes, and there's Peters sideways.
You can see the green lights right now.
And there's the yellow before the leader. Moffitt gets to the line, so what's the indicator that we're going to line up?
That line all by myself. This could be big trouble.
Oh, and there goes Fontaine. Contact and around. Crafton involved, Rhodes involved, Parker Kligerman, John Hunter Nemechek, Bo Lamastus, Johnny Sauter back there. Was it? Seven of Fontaine.
I think this is where it starts. He's up high and goes to the bottom, and Haley was there. Oh.
Watch this 75 truck, Michael. I mean, he's in the wreck right here, and he comes down the racetrack and
no brakes, obviously.
Hit again.
Oh.
And those are the ones that they all hurt, but
double figure trucks involved in this one.
You can see both Haley trying to get lower and Fontaine lower. And the result was carnage.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, you saw the 47 truck come down right there to block. Haley had already committed to, you know, and was way lower. And, you know, from where the spotters are, that's a really tough angle to tell the driver, you know, you're clear, you're clear, you're clear. And it'd be interesting to hear his radio as to what his spotter was telling him at that particular time.
Well, we had been talking earlier about it seemed like we were so close to having the big one, but everyone had been able to keep it gathered up. Not this time. 10 different trucks involved. Big hit for Crafton.
Look at Todd Gilliland slipping through, and Myatt Snyder. Good job by those guys. Austin Hill. But unbelievable contact.
Here at Talladega just once. It was the first race run here back in 2006. Mark Martin took it to victory lane. Oh, contact, and around goes Todd Gilliland.
Hold your brake there. You okay, Todd?
And a big hit for the 4. Was running second. Not going to happen today. Watch what happened.
There's the bump. Trying to get to the inside.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens right there, you know, you saw him get the 98 truck up, and as he came up and hit him with the right front, it just takes, you just lose control of your truck, and it shoots it to the left. So he got in the back bumper of him, and that's what we were talking about earlier. When you're offset to the left like that, it makes that truck in front of you loose when you get into the left rear quarter panel. And then he got under him, and Enfinger just came down and hit that right front and just shot it to the left. Man, that's a big hit.
A lot of times, Kevin, we watch these wrecks and haven't done this for 100 years. You say that was definitely one driver or the other's fault, but that just looked almost like hard racing for the lead. Look how much that truck crumbles in the front. The wall moves. The safer barrier does its job.
Yeah, and I think that situation right there is I think Todd just, you know, trying to get up there and bump draft on the 98 truck of Enfinger. It's like he was trying to hit him, but like you can't be offset to the left.
Side by side, Haley and Gregson. Some contact with the 25 of Peters. And Gregson goes around.
And we're wrecking.
And they're wrecking at Talladega.
And Peters,
Time in his career.
had some good momentum to the back of Gregson and just hit him off center, and around went the 18.
And it just doesn't take much, and you could just feel, you know, the energy building as we got there towards those last couple laps, really last 6 or 7 laps there. And these guys just all started pushing and shoving, and you see Peters go up there, and Gregson went to block him. I mean, he was trying to win the race and wound up getting himself crashed, but there's no fault of his. I mean, he was doing what he had to do to try to win, and he had to block.
Watch it for the on. It's been a dominating performance from Johnny Sauter, stage 1 and stage 2 winner, and he is out front, but Myatt Snyder dive into the bottom to take the lead.
Bulldozing it in there.
Oh, and Enfinger goes around, some contact deeper in the pack.
This is that time in the race where everybody's on different tires, and it is nuts when you have one guy that spins his tires. It creates a chain reaction everywhere.
Go back to about 14th.
Just didn't go down into one deep enough, maybe because his tires weren't ready.
Well, look at all the
the chain reaction back
stacked up.
It's horrible. Christian Eckes didn't go on the restart. Somehow Enfinger gets turned around. The 99 of Purdy, Chase Purdy, gets turned around.
Could have been much more collateral damage than that.
His career for Myatt Snyder leads the Rookie of the Year standings, and right now he leads the race. He's out front.
I don't see any way they don't crash.
Sideways.
And they did.
The 4 of Roper is around, contact all over the place. Noah Gregson got sideswiped there, and I believe that's Johnny Sauter that was in the mix and with some contact as well. And there's the 0-4 of Corey Roper. No telling where he could end up at the end of the night.
Oh, 3 wide. You can see the 8 truck of Nemechek around and into Roper, and then watch Sauter through the middle of it.
Yeah, he and Noah Gregson made some pretty good contact. See the 12 of Tyler Young. You got the worst of it right here when Corey Roper gets sideways and is going to take him out.
Thorson right there in the middle of Sauter.
The Sauter.
Well, you could just tell from that onboard mic of Sauter, that hit with Gregson was significant.
These trucks are tough, though, Vince. I didn't see a lot of damage to the right side of Gregson, and the left was wrinkled up on Sauter.
Contact. Now watch Ankrum cut the dog leg, and then he'll just barely clipped the 33 as he passes.
Just misjudged it a little bit. Jason White in the 33 truck was doing nothing wrong. He was right where he was supposed to be. Unfortunately, Tyler just misjudged it and just clipped him, and that slid him up into the 4.
Look how low.
Todd Gillen, really on pit road, basically the exit of pit road.
And he was just trying to fit into a space that wasn't quite there, and contact was made. And we talked about the speed and how fast things happen here.